Speaking of noises, as we all know, Canadians make the noise A. I've recently discovered that in America, Americans have found this out. So when you go down, they will get in your face and go, "Hey! Hey!" Until you go, "Yeah, that's us." This has become so frustrating for me because I live in that country that I looked up, where does A come from? Are you ready to have your hearts broken? It's from Victorian England, and you put it at the end of the sentence when you're done talking to say I'm sorry to the person listening to you because you feel you're being boring. Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand the stereotype of this land? Is that we're always saying I'm sorry and it turns fucking out. The thing we all say means I'm sorry. I feel like finding out yeehaw means I'm here to fuck my cousin. Because it's the last night, I'll tell the story. I was sleeping with a woman named Heidi. She was on top. I was on the bottom. She looked at me. She said, "I'm going to try something." And I sort of responded like, "Okay." And then she hovered over me, confidence on her face. And then the confidence totally evaporated. And then she just peed all over me. And then lay next to me and said, "That's not what I was trying to do." My name is John. Yeah, cough more during the fucking pandemic, you asshole. Jesus. Yeah. What did you say? Pick on the man with cancer. I'll do it. My buddy Paul is showing me how not to get mugged. From when we were like 6, he would always talk about if I'm going to get robbed, I'm going to get completely naked. When we were 17, I finally was there when we got to test this theory, and God, it was glorious. We were walking through a park called Tilbury Park in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. A man stepped from behind the trees, he had a knife, and he went, "Hey, give me your money." And I said, I don't know what I said, but then I just heard the telltale sound of a belt undoing. And then I heard a man holding a knife go, "Why are your pants off?" And then my friend Paul said in a tone of voice that made a robber shudder, he went, "I'm trying something, be quiet." The mugger then dropped his knife and ran away. That worked so well, we ended up technically mugging a mugger. And we removed fear from the world. I see baby boomers and Gen X faces. You guys did nothing about all the fear in the world. We removed some of it. Time was, you saw a fellow with a neck tattoo, you got scared. You thought, "Oh my God, I'm about to see a dead body." Now you see a fellow with a neck tattoo, all you think is, "Holy f***, this latte's gonna be good." Well, for those of you who have never borrowed money from their parents, let me explain to you how it goes. You have to gather your parents together and go, "Hello, mother, father, you know how you were supposed to teach me financial responsibility? Well, you failed, and that comes with a hefty fine." I was peeing in my toilet with my penis, a real thrill. And I was peeing, and I was thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm supposed to meet my brother for lunch." And then I realized, oh my God, I'm late to meet my brother for lunch. So, I don't know if you know this, miss, but the penis has a function where you can push internally, and that will force the urine out of your body faster. So in this moment, I pushed, and let me tell you, I'll never push again. Because when I pushed, I think my asshole went, "I would like to go fast as well." So I ended up shitting my pants while looking at a toilet, which, let me tell you for free, doesn't make you feel like you've won. I learned in that moment, brothers and sisters, that shitting yourself while looking at your own toilet is the closest failure gets to success. And if you're nervous, well, what does anxiety actually mean? I hear all these words. What it basically means when you have anxiety is that I leave every social situation thinking, "Ha ha ha! Messed that up a bit." Not enough to say something, but I will be thinking about that for the rest of my life. You want to know what my birds and the bees talk was? My mom and I were watching the show Golden Girls. Birth control was mentioned at one point. At the end of the show, my mom muted the TV and said, "Any questions?" I was 27 at the time. People always ask, by the way, they always go, how the f*** did you get a 20-year-old brother at 38? Well, it's a very easy story. I turned 18, and my dad looked at that situation and thought, let's try this again. Here's a piece of information that'll make you all feel great and tingly inside. Guys, in China, you can get breakfast at McDonald's any time of the day. See? You want to feel even better? Think about this. Right now, the world's economy resembles my personal bank account. Countries all over the world are on the precipice of an economic disaster. And one of the ways they can avoid an economic black hole from taking over their entire country and robbing them blind of money and hope is they can sell a portion of their debt to China. And China will give them money. It's basically a loan. And if that country can't pay back that debt in time, China takes over their economy. Which means, in a domino-like effect, China, one of the world's worst human rights violating dictatorships, could take over the entire planet without firing a bullet or putting a troop on the ground. And when that happens, ladies and gentlemen, we will get Egg McMuffins anytime we want. Guy walks off the train, punches a cop in the face, and then I watch a guy fight 6 police officers on a train platform. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever seen one man fight 6 cops before, but first of all, it was a lot longer than I was really prepared for. Like, I thought they would get him in like 45 seconds. He fought them off for 6 minutes. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen one guy fight 6 cops for 6 minutes, but a lot of thoughts go through your head. Thoughts like, all right, well, if the cops win, he's under arrest. And if he wins, well, I think I work for him now. I'm happy to report, by the way, our stereotype is evolving. As you all know, if you ventured outside the borders of Canada, time was you'd have 1,000, mostly Americans, walking up going, say sorry. Say sorry. You guys say sorry a lot, right? You're the sorry people, right? I'm happy to report, brothers and sisters, the Americans have now learned that we say A, and you know that because when you meet an American and you reveal your Canadianness, they will yell A in your face. It's so jarring, I actually looked up where A came from. So I just had something to say in this awkward moment. And it turns out that A is old Victorian English slang for I'm sorry. Because I have something called dyspraxia. And dyspraxia means I was born without reflexes or eye-hand coordination. Now, it's a very rare disorder. It's so rare that when I said dyspraxia, you all thought, no, he's mispronouncing dyslexia. No, I can read fine. You throw a book at me, and then I'm in trouble. Talking to my brother, right? He asked me, oh, have you done any other job besides comedian? I was like, oh, I was a telemarketer for a while. And then he said, what is that? That made me feel old. That my brother can't comprehend one of my jobs. And so I had to, do you know how hard telemarketer is explained to someone? I finally had to go, you know, spam emails? Well, back in the day, someone used to call you on the phone and read that to you. And I got news for you. I'm not getting married in a church, because my parents want me to have a wedding, so obviously we're probably going to end up having a wedding. But I'm not getting married in a church. I'm not getting married in a church because I think it's disrespectful. I'm not Christian. I'm not getting married in a church. And I have a problem with Christianity. Here's my problem with Christianity. They hold meetings to discuss belief, and they hold those meetings 10:30 in the morning on a Sunday. I believe in nothing at 10:30 in the morning on a Sunday. I don't even believe in being awake. Now I can feel some of you going, huh, another joke about Christianity. Wouldn't make that joke about the Muslims, would you? No, I wouldn't. You couldn't make that joke about Muslim people. They hold their meetings 5:30 Friday afternoon. A totally reasonable time. I'm an avid cyclist. I ride a bike every day. And I do not look good on a bike. I don't look like I'm doing it for exercise. I look like I got caught drinking and driving so many times. I now have to ride a bike. My name is John. I'm gonna wear a baseball cap. I wear a baseball cap not because I'm going bald. Now I am going bald, but I don't wear a baseball cap because I'm going bald. I wear a baseball cap because if I'm not wearing a baseball cap, I look like a police officer that's been involved in a lot of questionable shootings. And I haven't done anything else in my entire adult life. I was a telemarketer for 4 days. Here's how it went. On the 4th day, a call came into my headset. I went right into the pitch. Hi, it's John Hastings calling from the... And the guy at the other end of the line very calmly just went, John, I don't want what you're selling. And how about you go fuck your mother? Well, here's what he didn't know. I love my mother. And I feel she should be treated with respect. So I said, well, guess what, face? I have a gun and your address, and I'm coming to kill you. Oh, yeah, I'm tough on the phone. Call went immediately dead. My supervisor ran over, looked at me right in the face and went, John, I was monitoring that last call. What do you think you did wrong? I looked at him and I answered honestly. I said, boss, I don't think I should have told him I was coming. I did not enjoy having a wedding. That's a day of lies. I'm sorry. Marriage is amazing. It is a bonding between two souls. The wedding day, what? No, they say things like, that's the happiest day of your life. I don't know if any of you have ever bought dinner for your parents' friends. That's not really on my bucket list. And maybe it's just because I've had a crazy life. My wedding day, even with the divorce, is the second best day of my life. The first best day, well, I once was on a bus and a homeless man farted so loud, it knocked over a child. Seeing my girlfriend walk up the aisle of a church will not make me that happy. Maybe if she burps and it knocks over the priest, maybe.